Welcome back to the Real Couchwives podcast, where we overanalyze all things Bravo.
Today, as you may notice, we are live and in person. This is a momentous occasion. So to celebrate, we are ranking every season of Vanderpump Rules from best, number 1, to worst, number 11. I have some ideas of where things are going to shake out.
I have some thoughts and feelings for sure.
But who's to say? So let's get into it.
Okay, so Carrie, where do you think things are going to land? Do you kind of have any ideas of like probably higher up, maybe a little bit lower down?
I mean, I feel like the first 1 to 4 seasons are all going to be up towards the top.
I can see that.
And I definitely know what would be my bottom spots, kind of ending at some of the later seasons.
I think we all have some thoughts about that one, for sure.
1 in particular, 2 in particular, actually.
Yeah.
I'll let you see if they align with what you think. Yeah. What about you?
I mean, I'm definitely kind of thinking that it'll be hardest to place some of the kind of middle seasons, just because, there are certain things that happen in them that were super amazing and momentous, and then other times it was just a little bit wah-wah. So I'm intrigued to see kind of where we also both stand. Okay, so number 1, what do we think's got to be up there?
Season 1.
I think so, right?
Let's start with season 1.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
It's where it all began. The drama, right out of the gate was just so intense. How can you compete with that?
It's just... But then I'm trying to remember, looking through it the first time. Because I do remember it was hard for me to get into it first. Because I remember thinking that, the girls were so mean.
Right.
Specifically Stassi.
Yes.
To Sheena. It took a little bit.
That's
but
fair.
Now when I go back and rewatch it, I'm like, oh my god. Right from the beginning, the first 3 episodes, 5 episodes, you have... Jax cheating, Jax possibly getting a stripper pregnant, you have the Mexico trip, you have the boys fighting and ripping off their shirts.
The Las Vegas adventure.
You just get everything right at the beginning.
Right out of the gate. It's true. And I could kind of see a point of maybe putting season 2 in that top tier level, because then you have Jax and Kristen having had the affair, the big revelation, Stassi doing the texting Jax behind his back from Kristen's phone, and then going to Jax's birthday party to confront him about it. There's just so
you
many...
never feel anything. Do you feel this?
Exactly. There's so many good things for season 2. So actually,
season 2. Also, I think this thing with season 2 is you understand what the show is. You're invested in the characters. Season 1 is always a little bit harder.
And season 2 is also when Jax and Stassi are broken up. So Jax gets his
Stassi
tattoo, and then they go to Arrowhead to visit her family.
And then her little brother is
meet her little brother for the first time,
giving him advice. You met Stassi's parents in the first season.
You did meet them in the first season.
But season 1 also has Laura Lee, the fever dream.
That is true. And Frank.
Oh gosh, Frank.
The worst.
Yeah, season 1 just in its entirety feels like a fever dream.
Yeah, it really does.
And I feel going back and rewatching it, I would be tempted to put it at the top, but I think just overall, season 2 probably should take the number 1
season
spot
2,
for now.
I think it does get the number 1 spot. I do think there's a special place in our heart for season 1, and it can still be up there at number 2. I think that it's a very easy number 2.
So let's start, and we reserve the right to change as we go along.
It's gonna happen, at least for some of them.
So number 1, we're going season 2.
Yeah. Happening.
And then number 2, we're going season 1.
Okay, so what about any others that we're thinking we need to instantly fill out here?
So okay, I would put the bottom.
Yeah,
I would put season 9.
Yeah, season 9 was a bad season.
Season 9 was a train wreck.
Yeah.
So season 9 was the season right after, everyone got fired. So Stassi and Beau aren't there. Jax and Brittany aren't there.
Jax and Brittany aren't there.
Kristen's not there.
But we also get the addition of like Randall Emmett.
Oh
there.
yeah, yay!
So
thanks.
we get to
no,
see that.
not thumbs up, thumbs
down.
down. I don't know why we're getting these.
I hate that. Yeah, and like we have like the Raquel and James engagement, the Rachella engagement,
which now takes on a different meaning, having Tom Sandoval paying for James and Raquel's engagement.
Yeah, exactly. Led to a lot of conspiracy theories, I guess you can put there. Yeah, I could definitely see an argument for season 9 being like the worst one. I definitely think it's...
Didn't you not even finish it?
I didn't even watch it. And
that's
true.
Wild.
So I didn't watch it because Brock was in it too. And I hated
Brock was really bad.
And Brock
season.
like also performed so badly that they literally like demoted him the next season as like a friend of like a side character. So that could, I think there's a very fair point for that.
It was
season
so
11
bad.
Also kind of potentially gets that last place spot, but
season 11 was just painful for so many reasons of like the expectations that we had and the season that we thought it was going to be,
what it could have been,
the girl power, and then we just got Tom Sandoval redemption era plus villainizing of Ariana. For that we should give it the bottom spot.
Okay, I think that's fair.
But
yeah,
I still think it's season 9 just because at least
I mean especially because like I didn't even watch season 9 until like this year when I was like I guess I should go back and rewatch it.
At least just because at least like season 11 at least had entertaining factors. Actually, okay, the more I talk about this, also, more I'm like, it was really forced. So
it was, and we also had to watch that scream therapy that Tom Sandoval did. We had to watch him get into a plunge pool, into like those ice bath things, like just like so much ridiculousness. The whole Tom and Katie throuple storyline, like that was so bad.
That's true.
I think they're very much like tied for last place, honestly.
It's true, just for like really different reasons. I feel like season 9 just had no plot. Like season 9 was just kind of boring and like no one meshed and like the new people didn't incorporate super well.
Yeah, and at least season 9 had Charlie, and I enjoy Charlie.
That's true.
And I really wish that Charlie had been in season 11. I think
she would have. Nice. It would have been nice to see her call out Sandoval and stuff like that, because she's like one of the girls who had the balls to kind of like go up against Jax early on.
Yes.
Except for that she didn't eat pasta. That was weird.
Yeah, I know. She had a whole little like thing there, but
But season 11 was bad for different reasons, and for all of our all of our subscribers who have been here for a long time, our feelings on Vanderpump Rules. If you're new here, we'll break it down real quick. But essentially season 11, the gripes that we have with it is the way that they had set up the expectations that it was going to be the girl power season. The biggest thing though was it just felt like we were being manipulated. Like it felt like there was a very clear story that they were trying to push, which was really Tom Sandoval being redeemed. Even a lot of the cast, like Lala, were kind of self-producing themselves. It felt really fake, and that's never something that we've ever associated to Vanderpump Rules. And like literally the authenticity of it is why season 1 and 2 were putting up at the top.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. I guess the one thing that I will say in defense of season 11 over season 9 is that like Ariana's ability to kind of like call out the redemption arc narrative of Tom Sandoval and be able to like kind of like go up against those people, I think is commendable. So
Ariana killed it. If we're only basing it on Ariana, she came out incredibly.
Yeah, her best season.
So we're gonna put number 11, season 9.
Let's do season 9. Let's put it down there.
I wrote it as small as I possibly could.
But you won't even be able to see it, so don't worry about it.
Oopsie. I'll write it bigger.
Yeah, for season 11.
And then season 11. Take that, Tom Sandoval. This is because of you. You did this.
Yeah. Well, so speaking of, where do we then think season 10 lies in this ranking? Because season 10 was such a good season. And it like the curveball, the way that it like redefined, the fact that it won like Vanderpump Rules and Bravo its first Emmy, like I think that there's something to be said for season 10 in here.
So knowing that season 10 is the season of Scandoval, but Scandoval didn't actually play out on the season. Scandoval breaks episode
Mid-season.
3,
Yeah.
episode 4.
Yeah, while it was airing.
And then we're all watching 2 different versions of the show, right?
Yeah.
Where we're watching what was filmed, but we're also picking up the Easter eggs, knowing that Raquel and Sandoval had actually been having this affair the whole time.
Up the entire season.
Oh, that's an interesting one. To be honest, I still feel like maybe seasons 3 to 4 could be higher.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they're just original Vanderpump Rules goodness. And I feel like season 10 was so good because it made us remember those, but I don't know if it would necessarily trump them.
Yeah.
Although the frenzy that it became should also put it higher up too, right?
Yes.
Like, I don't know, it's hard.
Yeah. Well, and I think like the nice thing about season 10 is that like we just like couldn't get enough, right? Like we were so invested in it. We were like watching all of the deleted scenes that got released onto Instagram. Like we were watching like all the podcasts and everything that was coming out around it. Like
it was a phenomenon.
It was all consuming. So
it was the coolest. Okay, that sounds so bad because you're literally watching someone's life fall apart.
Yeah,
but it's just like you've never experienced that type of like we were all involved in it almost like it swept up everyone.
Yeah,
and I feel like you'll never get that again. No, so maybe that does.
I think it puts it higher on the list. I think it
does it put it at number 3?
I don't know if it puts it at number 3, but maybe like number 4.
Let's put it there for now, and then we'll
see what else.
Because we need to unpack seasons 3 and 4 and everything.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's do that. Damn, look at you.
Okay, so going back to the beginning seasons, where do we think season 3 would fall? Also, what do we remember about season 3?
What do we remember about season 3? So season 3 is the season that Sheena and Shay get married.
The crop top wedding dress. Who could forget?
So famous. Even like them having to like clean up after the wedding too, like the whole thing. And then this is the season that Kristen is dating James and then punches him at the wedding.
So this is James' first season.
This is James's like first season.
Yes.
Yeah, because he was.
What about Lala?
No, so Lala's not here yet.
Okay.
Lala comes in season 4. So this is James, and I guess technically like Ariana's probably like first full season. Yes. Because she was just kind of like a supporting person in season 2, and then at the end of the season 2 reunion, it comes out that she and Tom Sandoval are officially dating, and Kristen then spends all of season 3 trying to get back at Tom Sandoval and also kind of get back together with Tom Sandoval.
Oh my god! So season 3 gives us Kristen in the green dress picking up her mail
and Miami Girl
that we now know was actually true.
Legitimately a thing.
Kristen was a menace this season.
Kristen was a menace this season.
I felt so bad for Ariana. Is this also the season that we talk about so much with the Ariana asking Tom not to leave her on her birthday because it's the anniversary of her dad's death, and him going, I get that and I'll never leave you, but we're gonna go ride monster trucks.
There's like bulldozers and stuff. I think that is this season, unfortunately.
And then also there's like the Bachelorette of Sheena
in Miami
Shay.
Also. Yeah.
This was a good season.
Like this was a pretty good season.
Okay, Sheena's wedding was more the big thing. Like there wasn't. Yeah. So we just came off 2 seasons of like really big cheating revelations with Jax, so it's a little bit different.
We didn't have that this season.
But it was still a really good season.
I think it was a good season. Was it number 3 level good though?
The fact that we had to remind ourselves some of the things that happened, probably not.
I don't know if it gets that point. Does it get like number 5? Like
that still feels low, right?
I mean, we can always change it because it definitely doesn't feel like it gets like 6, 7, 8, or 9.
I kind of think that like from a pure what happened in the season and how fun it was to watch, it could dethrone season 10.
I can see that.
But again, season 10 we're kind of putting so high up because of the phenomenon that it became. But like from a pure season perspective, and had the cheating not come out, I don't know if season 10 would be up there.
No, I think if it was just like a very Raquel heavy season 10 would not have been up there. So maybe we put
season 10 goes down
here at number 5. I think that's a fair spot for it. And then season 3 comes up to number 4.
So.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Right,
sorry.
Cross that bad boy out. Nice. Amazing. I love it.
Try not to talk too much when I write in case like the mic.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so we don't have the greatest of setups right now.
We don't know. This is an amazing setup.
So we
It's
hope
perfect.
that we hope that you can hear us okay and everything's great.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I think that's fair. So then, is there anything that you think could come up into this number 3 spot?
That's a good way of putting it. So, okay. I don't know if this is more like the recency effect because when I was on a plane recently, one of the seasons that I was watching was season 6.
Yes.
So I am able to recall it more easily.
Yeah.
But I feel like season 6 was so good. So season 6 is the season where we find out that Jax cheated on Brittany.
Yes.
With Faith.
Yeah. That was a whole thing.
And then there's like the voice recording, and then all of the girls storm together.
Yeah, that party was so good.
We have all the jello shots, and we have all of the artichoke dip.
Yeah, I could see season 6. Season 6 is also the Rob season. Rob
can hang up Teamy in 3 minutes. I timed it.
Yeah. And you technically have Raquel there, but James is still very heavily interested in Lala, so there's like some interesting dynamics kind of happening there. I think I'd feel pretty comfortable, like especially for like the later seasons, putting season 6 potentially in that number 3 spot.
It's a strong season considering like 6 seasons in, like that's pretty impressive.
To still be producing work that good. I think that I could see that.
Okay.
Should we put it in there?
We?
Let's put it in there.
Let's put it for now.
Things can always change.
You know what's funny though? I feel like if we were to come back and do this in like a year, like my opinions on it could totally change.
You think so?
Especially if I do like a full binge and I it's all there in front of me.
Yes.
I feel like a lot of this is remembering the biggest pieces.
Yeah, for sure.
So the ones that have more scandalous things that happened are obviously coming up to the top.
Yeah, of course. But also just like absolutely pure talent, unmatched. How could it be any lower? It couldn't.
She's pointing to season 2 and 1 and 2 for those of you on audio.
Oh, true, right? Oh no. Okay, I think that's very fair. So then this gives us an interesting predicament of we have all these middle spaces.
Yeah, which is exactly what we thought would happen.
And some really good seasons that have to fit into this.
I know. Okay, so let's talk about what happens in those seasons. So season 4.
Season 4 is Lala's first season.
Wow, she only came in on season 4.
Yeah, and it's Brittany's first season too.
Okay.
And Brittany comes in wearing a napkin for her interview for Sir to be a waitress at Sir with Lisa.
Yeah.
Lisa really thinks that's a great first impression.
Yeah.
This is also the season that she gets her boob job with the Jax's specific input of what size it's gonna be because it's his input because he's paying for it.
Yeah, exactly.
So some great Jax Taylor moments in that one. What else happens in season 4?
We have to have some more seasons of Stassi's birthdays and stuff, right?
Not in season. So season 4 is like is an almost Stassi-less season, right?
Okay,
she's only because even season 3, she's barely in season 3, season 4. I think she fully comes back season 5.
Well, then season 3 and 4 have to be lower. Because it's true, when Stassi's not in it, you feel it.
I think season 4, honestly, is a forgettable season.
Really? Wait, there's something else that happens. Oh, wait, is this the season that
Katie and Tom get engaged? Yeah, but even then,
But not married.
I think if we had to put a season down here at the bottom next to season 11 and season 9, I could vote for season 4.
That's fair. Okay, because I'm having trouble remembering the big things that happened in this season.
Because also thinking about some of the other seasons that are still not on this board, the season when Stassi and Beau get engaged, I think it has to be higher up.
That's
than the
true.
Season that Lala and Brittany come in.
Okay, so let's put.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Have I convinced you?
Okay, cool. So that means that season 5 we have
Katie,
Schwartz and Katie getting married.
Schwartz getting married. And we have their joint, once again, another joint bachelorette.
We have the battered wife scene.
We have the battered wife scene. We have
we should probably unpack that if people don't know what that means. That sounds really bad.
Yeah, some details. So for Schwartz and Katie's bachelorette, they go to New Orleans. Stassi basically kind of like forces the hand of like, that's where it's gonna be, that's where it's her hometown, she knows where they're gonna go out and everything. It turns out super well. Schwartz and Sandoval and like all the guys get dressed up in drag, which is amazing and hilarious and like so good. And then results in them like getting like so wasted and having like so many fights with different people in different places.
So many fights,
including Tom Sandoval like kicking the door in
while Schwartz is on the toilet.
Yeah. Being like, he's a battered wife.
Yeah, because this is because Schwartz and Katie have gotten into another fight. They fight a lot this season. They get married.
Oh my god. And so that's actually also when they like Tom Sandoval and Tom Schwartz get into the fight with Carter in the hallway, and Carter's like, it's really hard to take you seriously when you're dressed up as Sia. It's like the one time that you actually liked Carter. So I could maybe even see that season like potentially going in on this like slightly higher level, right? We have like Katie reuniting with Stassi.
Yes.
What else happens that season?
What does? Sheena. What's Sheena doing that season?
Well, Sheena's like pretending that she and Shay are still in a good place.
Yes.
And like pretending that everything's perfect and fine, and then like basically gets divorced at the end of the season when Katie and Tom are getting married.
Yeah, literally there's like the wedding episode, and then there's like 10 minutes at the end, and then Sheena goes over to Lisa's house, and she says basically that Shay has like drained her bank account and that they're gonna divorce, and he's been using again. I think. Yeah,
I think so.
Or abusing alcohol.
He was like on like pills and stuff. Like he was not a good situation.
Yeah. And then on that reunion, they freaking bring poor Shay out.
Yeah, that
to
was
just
rough.
Get like destroyed
not
by
necessary.
The rest of the group. And this is like a person who hasn't even been friend of. Like he literally just like he's probably barely getting paid to be on this show.
Maybe it's a couple appearance fees, but that
was pretty brutal.
Yeah.
That was a good season.
That is a good
okay, not because of that.
Not because of that, but just in general, it's a good season.
Yeah.
I feel like it's also the season that Lala and James are like on the warpath. They're absolute like maniacs. They're like out of control partying and everything. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure it's the season where they're like, I can see that everybody's working on their summer bodies.
Yeah. Oh my god. Also on a tirade.
Also
early
not
seasons
in a good
Lala.
It's so different.
Difficult.
It's so interesting.
Okay.
So how do you feel about that?
Man. See, now I feel like season 6 is too far down for season 5. Season 6.
Number
6 feels too far down for season 5.
Would you put it above? Okay, season 2, I think we're like happy. Season 1, we're pretty happy. Season 6. Is season 5 now higher for you than season 6?
That's what? Oh.
I don't know, because these are also such good seasons,
right?
This is just the struggle of the thing.
Is so. There's so many just quality seasons of Vanderpump Rules. This is a case study of why you need to watch it if you haven't. If you somehow stumbled onto this video having never seen Vanderpump Rules.
Guess it could happen.
I don't know. Okay, am I romanticizing season 6? Does it deserve season 3?
I think that season 6 is really good.
Okay.
But is it better than season 5?
I want to point something out. This doesn't really make me happy to figure out.
No, what?
Our top 3 spots are all because Jax cheated.
Oh no. Oh, it's true.
That was the main storyline of the first 3 seasons.
And then season 3 and season 10 are kind of like Sandoval cheated.
Oh god.
Oh no, what does this say about us?
It's true.
I think that's okay.
So we're gonna put season 5 at
should
number
we put it
6
there for now and like see if we want to reevaluate it after?
We need to have like asterisks next to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
but doing a great job. And so then at the end of season 5 is when Tom and Tom are like basically told by Lisa and Ken that they want to open up Tom.
Yeah.
Which leads us into season 6.
Yeah. And then and then we talk about season 6.
Okay, that was season 6. Okay, so that one's done. Are we still feeling good about that? And then season 7 is Tom's actually open, I guess.
Yeah.
Actually, remembering that, this makes me feel good about this season 6 spot.
We feel
because
better.
We also have the Toms going to Vegas with Ariana, Katie. At least the 2 of them. Did Jax go too? Why do I feel like
Jax and Brittany went too, but they didn't get the baller upgrade, like suite that Lisa paid for them.
But then because then they also like have like they're like running late for the Nickel Lane meeting.
They think
that they're so like
they were given this opportunity on a silver platter, and they can't even bother to show up to a business meeting because they were out till 3 a.m. drinking.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Partying,
can't.
gambling. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel good about
solidifying season 6.
All right, perfect.
So season 7 is Tom Tom opens.
Tom Tom opens, and we meet Stassi and Beau like as a couple,
and then they get engaged.
And they have not in season. No. They get engaged the next season. This is the season that Brittany and Jax get engaged.
Oh yeah, and it was so off-putting because season 6 is literally Jax cheats on Brittany. Rotten Hail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also this season that her mom comes over when he's in the groveling state, and then like they have the roast about all the horrible things that he's done. And then didn't Kristen have a picture of his junk or something?
Yes, because he. Oh well, that was actually wasn't that at
was
her?
That a different thing?
She did she did a comedy
show.
thing.
I take
it was like an improv. Oh my god, yeah. So season 7 is also when. Oh no, what was I just thinking? So it's also, did I already say that it was Stassi and Ariana's joint birthday party?
No, yeah, it was that. Yeah, that was such a good one. Also, I feel like we're not mentioning Stassi enough in these, but she is a massive factor for me. Yeah, like her commentary on everything.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
This show is not the same without her.
Yeah,
but
I think that's reflected at least in our placement for season 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's true.
And like our very low placement of season 4, where she doesn't really play a huge part.
So season 7. And then after that, we would go into season 8. Okay, so 7 100% would be above 8.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't think 8 was very good.
Well, season 8 was at least... So season 8 is when Stassi has her book launch. I'm going on the Stassi train. The book launch where she like eats in on Tom Sandoval.
Yeah,
so that's very satisfying. And it's also the season that she and Beau get engaged.
Those are really good parts.
Yeah.
But the thing with season 8 is when they brought in a lot of new people, and I don't feel like they really like that's.
I like blanked them out in my mind. Honestly.
I can't even remember their names. Danica, Dana, Max, Brett.
Okay, yeah, the other one, Charlie.
No, does Charlie come in that season?
Yeah, Charlie comes in that season.
They didn't really we didn't really care that much about the new people.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, this is the season that Jax went like bonkers.
Yeah.
And apparently was just horrendous and would like not show up to filming. He was like, "Oh, I don't want to go that far to go to the beach."
Right, yes.
Isn't that the season that he told Lisa that this is his show, and then he was never to return?
Yeah. So, yeah, and then you also have like the COVID reunion.
Yeah.
So I think I can see. That's actually really funny that season.
Wait, no, season 4 has to come up now.
You think so?
Yeah. You think season 8 isn't. Wait, first let's put season 7.
Let's put season 7.
Number 4, season 7.
Yeah.
I would definitely put season 8 below season 4.
Even with Stassi eating into Tom Sandoval.
Yeah, because that can't take up the... I think overall, season 4 was a more cohesive and fun season than season 8 overall.
I'm pretty sure in season 8 we also get... don't we get the time... Was that in season 7 when they did Jax and Brittany's Bachelorette, and Beau, like, they all dress up as, like, old men... Like Beau, Sandoval,
that was good.
Schwartz, and
that's true.
And I think that was really fun and enjoyable. And then also Beau also talks about how ridiculous Tom Sandoval is, and I love Beau.
True, but I still just feel like overall, season 4 is still better than season 8.
But like, what even happens in season 4?
It was just it still felt more real and authentic back then. Like, I think it still felt like the OG.
That's fair.
Vanderpump Rules, whereas I feel like by season 8 they started to flounder a little bit.
I mean, it definitely was still kind of, it was like trying to like figure out like what its next step was, and they were doing that like actively on the show in front of us instead of like figuring it out kind of like behind the scenes.
Also by season 8, so one of the parts that made the show so enjoyable is that it was people who were trying to make ends meet, who had these aspirations to be actors and models and actors and everything, and they lived in their crappy apartments, and then they went out drinking, and then like by season 8 they're all in like their little mansions,
they are
and like
little mini mansions.
It wasn't the same anymore, and it still gave us good TV, but I just feel like I don't know. Okay. I feel pretty.
I think that's totally fair.
Okay, I've made a good enough.
I'll be curious to know how these people feel about it.
Do you guys agree? Okay.
All right, let's do it. So season
dethroned.
4. There you go.
I mean, sorry, the other one's dethroned.
Season 4. Season 8. Oh no, sad. Sorry, season 8.
So we only changed our minds twice. That's actually pretty good. Okay.
Are you still feeling good about all these rankings?
Yeah, so let's do a little recap.
Let's recap. Is this going to be backwards? I guess we'll find out.
So number 1, okay, Vanderpump Rules rankings every season, best to worst.
Yeah.
Number 1, season 2.
Season 2. I think it's warranted. I feel good about that.
I feel good about that.
All right.
Number 2, season 1.
Amazing. Easy. Great. Perfect.
Number 3, a jump. To season 6.
Yeah. I think I'm curious to see how people feel about this, because I think this might be the most controversial.
That feels like
one.
It might be pretty controversial.
I know that some people really dislike Brittany and really just like what like she like brought to the show. So I'll be curious to know how like people are feeling about this.
And for me, it's more just like the drama of, and I'm really basing it off of the Jax cheating parts and the girls going crazy and rallying
100%.
around.
I think that's really
I don't
fair.
actually know if the rest of the season, because like when I think about Vanderpump Rules, I off the top of my head, I said this at the beginning of the video, I would feel like seasons 1 through 4 would be the top 4 spots.
I just don't even think season 4 is
okay. Yeah, ours is not loving.
I'm not a fan
4.
of season 4.
Okay, so we're gonna keep it there.
I think so.
Number 4, we have season 3.
I think that's fair. I think that's a good standing for season 3.
Yeah.
It's a solid performance.
Season 5. Number 5. We have season 10.
Yeah.
Because of the phenomenon, the frenzy, and Scandoval.
I think it deserves it, honestly. Yeah. I think they did a great job. They should be proud.
And honestly, the fact that they have later seasons showing up in the top, like that's really
impressive. It's very good.
Number 7.
No, number 6.
No, number 6. We have season 5.
Yeah. I'm okay with that. I think the thing is, like, the problem is that, like, this is a hard section to fill out because we like everything so much. Yeah. We're just too positive.
Yeah.
I think that's fine.
And then number 7, season 7.
Works out beautifully.
Great. Number 8, season 4.
I think that's good.
Okay.
I think it deserves to be down there.
Number 9, season 8.
Fair.
Number 10, season 11.
Yeah.
Could be tied with number 11, season 9.
Yeah.
And, okay, looking at this, what would you take away from what this tells us?
We are messy. And we like our reality TV shows to be that way, too.
See, I would say that, like, okay, the bottom doesn't surprise me because, like I said, I feel like somewhere along the way as the season, as the cast started to age and grow up, I feel like they had a little bit of an identity crisis where they were like, this is about a group of friends who work together and party together and hook up together and do all these things. And then they naturally started to get older and they were actually able to, I think, keep a lot of the authenticity of this group because this group is just so messy overall.
Yes.
And just like the things that are happening in their life are interesting.
Yeah.
But they also became more seasoned reality TV people and they're learning more. The authenticity starts to kind of change a little bit.
It does. Yeah.
You can't beat that lightning in a bottle of the first season, but the fact that we do still have some later seasons showing up at the top shows me that like there's
a room for a renaissance.
Yeah,
there's always something that
like
can
there
happen.
is still something really
special
about this show and this group of people.
I also think for another argument for why season 8 is all the way down here is because in season 8 they wanted us to believe that Sheena was still working at Sir.
Oh
And I
yeah.
think that's outrageous. Wasn't Jax also like picking up
Yeah,
shifts
yeah,
like here
yeah.
and there to like help pay for his wedding? Like,
Oh, it's
come
so
on,
good.
come
Yeah.
on.
So that's our ranking. The sun is clearly
The sun is
the
coming up
is
for
coming
us.
Let us know how it ranks for you.
Yeah.
What do you agree with this assessment? Do you disagree?
Yeah.
We are here for all of the opinions.
Totally.
Because we just love our Vanderpump Rules and we can rewatch this forever.
Forever and ever.